Hi, my name is Kristen Weaver, and I'm the do-gooder of the team. I live in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania.
Hi, my name is Kim Weaver. I live in Richmond, Virginia, and I am the business-minded one of the team. Together, we are Kidogo Kidogo.
Kidogo Kidogo is a fashion for good company. Basically, we sell smartphone cases in the US, and we use the funds from selling these cases in order to buy basic mobile handsets for women in Tanzania. Usually, when we give the phones, we get a reaction like this.
Asante sana, asante sana, sana.
Asante. Why do we get a reaction like this? And why do low-income women in Tanzania need a mobile phone? This is a question that we commonly get asked. But let's take Majuma, for example, the woman that you just saw in the video. Majuma, like 60% of the women in Tanzania, don't have enough money to buy a mobile phone. They cost around $20, and a lot of these women are making around $2 a day. So what they're using their money for is for their kids, for food, for basic necessities that they need. And even though they would love a phone because of the life-enhancing qualities that it has, it's too expensive for them to be able to buy. A phone is so much more than a communication device in the developing world. The handset itself has a radio, a flashlight, a calculator, an alarm clock, so many features that these women can't afford. To the best of our knowledge, we're the only social enterprise in the world that's actively created in order to help bridge the mobile gender gap in phone ownership between men and women. Women in the developing world are much less likely to own a mobile phone because of the high cost of a handset. This is exactly the problem that Kidogo Kidogo is trying to help solve.
I still remember getting the call from my sister Kristen with the idea of Kidogo Kidogo. She was working on a short-term project for a mobile network operator in Tanzania on how to create a mobile service or product for women. She called me one day and said, "Kim, we need to start a business to help these women. A phone is $20 and it can change someone's life. We need to get people in the US to buy something to use, and the proceeds from this money we can use to subsidize to give phones to women in Tanzania." Let's see, phones, phone cases, it was a natural fit, and we use a percentage of the profits to buy these mobile phones. I was sold, and starting that day, Kidogo Kidogo was born.
Kim and I have always been pretty entrepreneurial thinking. This certainly wasn't my first business pitch to Kim, but it was the first one that she bought into. And vice versa. Kim and me spent many hours in our small Manhattan apartment shooting back and forth ideas about a business that we could run together. And I think something about our proximity, us not being as close anymore, physically in the same space in our Manhattan apartment, but me living internationally and her living back in the US, it's really given us an amazing excuse for Kidogo Kidogo to work and keep us close. We're great business partners, and this is a great excuse for us to maintain our close relationship.
Today, we sell 4 models of smartphones. We have 2 designs for the iPhone 4, 4S. We have 8 designs for iPhone 5, 5S. We have 5 designs for iPhone 6s. And we have 1 for the Samsung Galaxy S5. Aren't they great?
Our cases are manufactured in China and shipped to the US. And we have 2 different styles of cases. The first style of case is a polycarbonate case like this. This, for example, is our one shell of a case for iPhone 4s and iPhone 5s. And this case works as it's just a hard shell that goes on the outside of your phone. In this second style of case, we have a rubber insert, a silicone insert that goes inside of the case, and then we have a plastic bumper that goes on the outside. So it's a more protective version, and in this case, we have multiple different designs as well. So we have 2 different styles of cases depending on what style of case you prefer.
Right now, about 37% of our sales come from online. About 63% come from select retailers. We are a trademarked company and have been open for business since November of 2013. Our first collection, the Little by Little collection, broke even in 8 months. Our model is strong in that it's low risk and intentionally lean. We invested $18,300. We use this money to buy a variety of things. First were our samples and first line of cases. We also bought t-shirts, Kitenge pouches, our logo. We needed money for our website and email accounts, to do a little bit of online marketing, to get our licenses and trademarks, and office and shipping supplies. As mentioned before, 30% of our profits go directly to the purchase of mobile handsets. To maximize our donations, we wait until we've sold enough cases that we can place a bulk phone order, therefore negotiate a better rate and get more mobile phones.
We've had success starting Kidogo so far, but we've also had our fair share of challenges. And one of the hardest challenges for us to overcome is trying to explain to people why a mobile phone means so much in the lives of these women in Africa. And unless you're really in tune with aid, telecommunications development, it might not be intuitive why this is so important. So what we ask our skeptics to do is to do the 1 day without a phone challenge. We say, turn off your phone for a day. And if you can live that entire day without missing your phone or needing your phone or sneakily turning it on, then great. If you don't think it's important to own a phone and you can live without it, you don't have to call us. But we challenge you to do the 1 day without a phone challenge. And if you can't do it, give us a call.
Can the women really afford to pay for this service? The short answer is yes. According to a study by GSMA, Mobile and Women, a Global Opportunity, the #1 reason preventing women from mobile phone ownership in Tanzania is the initial cost of a handset. A quote from the same study states that even some of the world's poorest women are willing to invest their limited funds in order to pay mobile phone service fees because of the financial and social benefits they receive.
All right, so enough about us. Now let's talk about you and why we should be on Shark Tank. Our business is called Kidogo, which translates in Swahili, the national language of Tanzania, to little by little. And this is an extremely common expression. Things happen little by little, change happens little by little, development happens little by little. But here's the problem. At the end of the day, I'm American, and I don't want to grow my business little by little. I want to make my business bigger and bigger every single day. And I know with Shark Tank, you can help me. We're seeking $125,000 of funding for 20% equity stake in our business. And let me tell you why that's a good deal. Basically, our business is a two-hook business. We have the social aspect that attracts the do-gooders to buy our cases, and we have the fashionista aspect where fashionable people will buy the cases because they're cool, even if they don't care about the social cause at all. The other thing that we've spent the last year and a half doing is doing an impact evaluation to make sure that when we give a mobile phone, it's also responsible and that the people that are getting the phones' lives are actually improving. And now we have some amazing hard numbers about the difference that we're making with our mobile phones, and we think that that can make a huge impact by getting the aid community and more people more interested in this model and help spread the word.
We plan to use the investment to go on a scouting trip to China to secure a stronger manufacturing partner, buy more than 10,000 new cases, buy design rights to 10 new case designs, and to buy new packaging materials for our cases to encourage an emotional connection to the product when our buyers receive them and open them for the first time. We also plan to use part of this funding to hire necessary expertise. Through consultancy and freelance basis rather than full-time staff, we plan to hire a part-time retail sales manager to source and facilitate strategic partnerships with retail stores, a digital marketing consultant to help us develop and implement an online retail strategy, a freelance graphic designer to help with marketing efforts, and legal support. In 5 years, Kidogo will be selling more than just phone cases, and we want to be in more countries than just Tanzania. We want to be the premier fashion for good company in the digital accessory marketplace, and we have our sights set onto expansion to other countries for donations as well.
This company means everything to me, and I'm willing to go all in with the right investment partner. This company fulfills me intellectually as it's challenging and stimulating, and is really interesting working in a developing market and working with developed consumers as well in the US. Emotionally, I feel so good about doing this business. It makes us feel good to make an impact that can really, really, really make a difference in women's lives. And at the end of the day, together, it can fill our pockets if we can make Kidogo the business that it has the potential to be. So, we hope to see you soon. And we want to say thank you already for giving us the opportunity to make this video for you. But there's a few other people who want to say thank you too. Thank you in Swahili is asante. Check it out.
Asante sana.
Asante.
Asante sana. Asante sana. Sana sana.